Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiffany, and this is going to be my 2-year VSG update. So I'm going to start the way I always do and go through my stats. So my highest weigh-in, I was looking through my medical records in the past couple months, and I noticed that my last um, physical that I went to for my doctor, it was in about June or July of 2019. I weighed in at about 315 pounds. So for perspective, my BMI was 56.7 pounds. Okay. So on February 11th, when I had my pre-surgery visit, I weighed in at 311 pounds. On February 18th, a week later, 2020, I weighed in at 305 pounds even. Today is February 19th, 2020, so I'm a year and a day out, and I weigh 136, no, I weigh 137.6 pounds, which means that I've lost a total of 173.4 pounds in 2 years. And my BMI as of today is 24.8. Hallelujah. I'm finally at a healthy BMI. This is the big update that I've been waiting to give. I filmed videos, like I did a video back in November. Oh, I even edited the video and just didn't post it because I was so close. Like back in November, the end of November, I was at like 140 pounds. This last 2-3 pounds has been brutal trying to lose it, but I finally did it. And of course, my body has vexed me by waiting until the day after my 2-year surgery anniversary, but it's fine. I'm finally here. Um, and also, I think I did my last update here maybe April-ish, but basically since February 18th of last year to this year, I have lost 39.6 pounds. So I'm happy about that. I haven't put on any weight. I've continued to work towards my goal weight. And I've hit it, kind of, but not really, but I'll get into that later. So another thing I want to talk about is just going over a lot of the changes that have happened since I first had the surgery and just kind of since my last update. So the first big one was I had to have gallbladder surgery back in October of last year, 2021. So I believe that I talked about the stomach pain I was having, extreme cramps, and I thought it was something connected to my ostomy. And I went to my surgeon to have them just image my upper GI, and there was nothing wrong there. So anyway, the pain became so unbearable at the end of June that I just went to the emergency room. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And they did imaging there, and they were like, are you an alcoholic? Like, do you drink a lot? Is what they actually said. And I was like, no, I don't drink a lot. Long story short, they said that my gallbladder had become so large that it moved from the upper part of my abdomen all the way down to my lower quadrant of my abdomen, and that I was losing liver functioning and blah, blah, blah. So, of course, a couple days later, they discharged me, but I was referred to the surgeon, and I actually had to go back to the hospital about a month later because it was giving me grief yet again. I just kept on passing kidney stones. But anyway, on October 12th, I believe, I finally had gallbladder removal. Thank God that thing is gone. Things seem to be going much better now. I was told to maybe avoid foods that were high in fat, and I still do that because my stomach just doesn't do well with those. I was already avoiding them anyway, because I noticed that eating foods high in fat when I still had my gallbladder seemed to really irritate the situation. So I would only eat vegetables and try to only eat beans that I prepared without any oil. And sometimes I would still get sick. One time I got sick eating hummus or guacamole, both of which can be high in fat. Anyway, that's what I do. I try to stick to foods that are relatively low in fat, and that seems to be working well. Okay, so that's that. Next is the intermittent fasting. That's another thing I think I discussed because I started doing intermittent fasting in the beginning of October of 2020, and I believe I was about 220 pounds when I first started doing intermittent fasting. And wow, I've almost lost 100 pounds since I started doing that at the end of 2020, but it's still working well for me. I can say that after doing intermittent fasting for like 14, 15 months, um, it's become difficult just because I don't feel like I have the fat on my body to sustain me the way I used to. And just the closer I get to that goal weight, the less resolve I have. My body makes me extremely hungry and it just gets harder to resist. And now that I don't have as much fat on my body, I guess, for my body to use as fuel, I'm getting some like kind of extreme lightheadedness and also kind of experiencing low blood pressure. So my blood pressure is usually like on the cusp of like 90 over 60 or 95 over 65. And that's really good blood pressure, but I suspect that by the time I bother to take my blood pressure, it might be a little bit higher. So I'm working on getting in to see my doctor about what I think is a low blood pressure issue. Okay, so as far as the intermittent fasting goes, I am still eating a mostly vegetarian diet. I'm not going to say I'm vegan or vegetarian because I'm not. I do still eat animal products, but the bulk of my diet consists of whole food, plant-based products, and I still enjoy learning how to prepare vegan and vegetarian meals. That is my goal, but it's just a little bit difficult because I do live in a household with people who do enjoy eating meat, and my daughter recently kind of complained about eating bean dishes all the time. So like I'm now preparing her separate meals, and I'm not mad at her. You know, this is my lifestyle change. It's not hers. Even though she's not a huge fan of meat, she does kind of start to miss it. So, you know, I'm still on that path and just hoping that this will continue. But I'm still enjoying learning about how to prepare vegan meals, and it's just getting better the more time goes on. We actually prefer my vegan General Tso's chicken to my daughter said she likes it better than an actual chicken vegan. She likes it better than the chicken version of the General Tso's. And there's a couple meals where I can do those substitutions and they're happy with the vegan version over the meat version. The next big topic is about clothing. I mentioned to you guys I'm enjoying making clothing. The last time I gave that update, I was still kind of dipping my toes into making clothing because I knew I still wanted to lose weight. But at this point, I'm starting to make more of my clothes because one, this fall, I got to the point where I had no clothes in my size. I didn't know what my size was, but then I realized I was in a size 4 and everything that I had in my closet was like, say, a size 8 or a size 10, 12. Everything was too big. So I've been working on making new clothes so that I don't have to look just kind of disheveled. For instance, I did make this dress and I really like it. Every time I wear it, I get compliments. And this was like a fabric that I bought at a sewing expo like 5, 6 years ago. And so I was happy to be able to put it to use. Um, but yeah, I'm really enjoying sewing with my vintage machines. So sewing, learning how to sew, it really helps me de-stress because of course my life still has tons of stress. But yeah, I'm currently planning my spring summer wardrobe because I'm kind of wrapping up my winter wardrobe options. Um, Next is about plastic surgery. So, I did finally consult with the plastic surgeon. My original date to consult with the plastic surgeon was in June of 2021, and I had to wait 3 months just to get that appointment. And so when it finally came around, I had the wrong address. I was on the wrong side of the metro area, and they couldn't take me at a later appointment. So I had to wait. Okay, so it was June. I had to wait until October, the week before I had my gallbladder surgery, to see him. And I found out that during the consultation, basically, he told me that in order to make the tummy tuck the way he thought I would be happy with and the way he would be happy with, he would need to remove the ostomy. So that meant, since he didn't work in the hospital that I had my surgery at, I needed to find another surgeon within his hospital system that would be willing to do the ostomy reversal. They haven't called me back. So now I'm trying to get the consult at the hospital that I'm normally getting my care from. So I have to wait until July to see them. I know they have surgeons there that will be willing to do it because the surgeon who originally did my ostomy shared an office, like her cubicle was next to one of the plastic surgeon's office. So I know that they, would not have a problem with it, I think. So the plan is to get the ostomy reversal first, and then within that same surgery, have the plastic surgeon come in after that and do the lifting and tucking or whatever. So that's what I'm waiting for. Hopefully soon I will finally get my plastic surgery because it's having such an impact on my body image, which is the next big thing. I kind of decided against doing the loose skin video. I previously posted, pretty private videos, but instructional videos, or, using my body as an illustration. That was my ostomy video, and YouTube flagged that as inappropriate for children. And it can only be viewed by people 18 and up. I was not exposing myself in that video at all, but somebody must have flagged it, whatever. And so I'm not putting myself out there with YouTube playing their games, especially since I'm just trying to teach people and I'm not being inappropriate. So I'm not even going to bother to put myself out there. We know there's a skin, we have to deal with it, but it just kind of upsets me when I look at my abdomen and I know I could be so much smaller around my waist, but I'm not because there's all that loose skin there. It just mentally kind of messes me up. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. I do a lot of harping about loose skin. I mean, you can see how it is now. Like, look at how small my arm actually is. And then there's the loose skin. If I keep my arms down near my sides, you can't really tell, which I'm used to because if you've seen my videos about my illnesses, you would have seen me talk about my hidradenitis, which happens under my arms. So I'm used to trying to hide that. So whatever, I'm not going to obsess about it. And then, just I've received really positive, I've gotten really positive feedback about the weight loss from like coworkers, if they see me in the teams meetings, or we had a cookout, a company cookout last year in the summer, and they had jokes, but it was it was just funny. A lot of my coworkers didn't even recognize me. Um, so, and then for my family, they say I look really good, or I look like a completely different person. Sometimes my husband or my daughter will walk into the room and say that I scared them. They were like, "Oh my God, I didn't know who you were." Like they're legit scared. um, uh, I kind of look like a different person. From the front, from the back, they just sometimes get freaked out by it. Um, but yeah, that's a body image issue. That's just going to be a continuously ongoing thing. I think that even if I were to get plastic surgery, like all over, let's say I had the time and the money to do that, that's just not going to fix the body image issue. So I've been trying to work through that mentally. And if the plastic surgery happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm not going to stress about it. And the last thing here is about my future plans. So first amongst them is getting my ostomy reversed and doing something that I thought I would never do. I had kind of written off the ostomy reversal, but I figure I'm just gonna try it, and if it fails, it fails. At least my stomach will be flat. If I have to get another ostomy, and the J pouch fails, but I'm just gonna go for it. And the stomach, the tummy tuck is like the big priority for me, and I would like to get a breast lift at the same time. I almost have no boobs anymore. Last year, and this summer, I was like able to fill out a F cup, and now I don't even know what cup size I'm in. Currently working on making my own bra patterns because my body has some unique challenges. We get skin under here. There's a lot of sagging at the bottom of the cups, blah, blah. Anyway, that's what I'm working on. Making my own bras and just dealing with it how I can until I can maybe get some corrective surgery. Okay, so 2 for future plans is working on my wardrobe expansion. Like I said, I'm working on my spring summer collection. And by then, I think I'll be pretty comfortable with my wardrobe options. Everything after that is kind of a bonus. I'm starting to flex my sewing skills through wardrobe expansion. I'm also making stuff for my daughter, which I enjoy. And eventually I'll be venturing into menswear and making my husband pieces, which I'm really looking forward to. And last for future plans is losing another 10 to 15 pounds in order to get my BMI lower. So hear me out. Okay. I always hear about how once people who've had VSG, like once they're about 2 years out, they start to put on weight. And I am now 2 years out. I don't know if this is true because I was told that after a year into the surgery, you're basically done losing weight. Obviously, that was not true for me. But my plan was always to get lower than what they told me to. So I'm trying to get my BMI lower than what I was told in order to give myself a buffer to take corrective action. So for instance, if for whatever reason I start to put on 5 or 10 pounds of weight, my BMI isn't crossing over into that overweight category. So I figure if I can get down to about 125 pounds, 122 pounds, I will have hopefully ample time to correct whatever I'm doing, eating or drinking, and get back down to that weight. So that's all I'm trying to do, is give myself a bit of a buffer to keep from being overweight again. And yeah, about it. I've been filming now for about 20 minutes. Just in closing, I would say year two has been less eventful, but I've had time to contemplate all those toxic eating habits that I had, stress eating, or just eating with emotions. Still trying to keep that under check because definitely when we're under stress, me and my husband, we turn to food. And still trying to keep that under check. I try to keep myself accountable by weighing myself every single day. If nothing, the longest break that I usually take is like 2 or 3 days from weighing myself because I want to have that's my early alert system. Like, are you gaining? Okay, why are you gaining weight? What have you done in this past 2 or 3 days? Instead of saying weigh myself every week and having to like try to remember a day's worth of eating from a week ago. That's my reasoning. And I hope to just go into this second year post surgery, um, trying to increase the quality of my life instead of obsessing about weight loss. I want this to be the year of weight maintenance for me and the year of nutrition, like increased nutritional education. Uh, I still haven't got down the fitness thing, so I mostly do not exercise. I mostly have not. From December of 2020 till basically December. Like, I walk um occasionally. I just kind of exercise when I feel like it, and that's been fine for me, but I am trying to increase my physical fitness, so I'm trying to make fitness goals, but I'm trying to allow myself to get to goal weight first before I go on any exercise journey. I tried to start exercising back in January, and it increased my hunger like you wouldn't believe. I wanted to eat everything in sight as soon as I woke up. Um, and that's terrifying for me. So until I can do less rigorous exercise, like I was getting on the elliptical, walking doesn't increase my appetite. I would like during the fall and summer, I would walk 3 to 5 miles and I was fine. But getting on the elliptical greatly increases my appetite. So when spring comes, I will start walking again. But for now, exercise plans, fitness goals are kind of on hold while while I'm trying to lose this last maybe 10 pounds. Anyway, that is it for this update. If you guys have any thoughts, please share them down below. And maybe, I don't know, sometime when I actually consult with the plastic surgeon, I'll come in and drop an update. If I can actually get down to like 125, I'll come and give an update as well. That means 12 or 15 pounds more to lose. And I don't even know if I have the strength to do that this year. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble. I will see you guys sometime soon. All right. Thanks for listening. See you later.